good evening, and good evening again.
Double good evening.
Triple good evening.
It's about to go down already.
Good evening is on deck today. You know what, man? I want to welcome everybody to another episode of The New Black Republican.
Yes, it's true.
I thought you was going to say it again. The New Black Republican.
You want me to say it again?
Nah, not really. I'm depressed, man.
You know what? I was wondering why you were holding that can upside down.
It was open, too.
And the stuff was falling on the ground, and I was like, he's not even paying attention right now.
Yeah, I got all over my Joe Collins shoes.
Right. So what are you depressed about? Like, what's really going on, brother?
I'm depressed because Dr. Fauci. You know, I really want to believe that Dr. Fauci is a real scientist and everything, but it's hard for me to believe that he's a real scientist. The only thing that's real about him is he's really, really dumb.
Unequivocally, right now, Dr. Fauci has stated 7 different ways that we should wear a mask and not wear a mask at the same time. So as you are depressed, I'm thoroughly confused because I've never, Joe Collins, been able to wear a mask and not wear a mask at the same time.
You know what? I wore a mask, and you know I got my own Joe Collins mask,
yes,
and they look dope. But I'm tired of wearing it because I grew my beard out, and now I put the mask on,
and it sticks.
No, it's not. It's not that it sticks. Are you trying to make fun of my stubble?
No.
I got a permanent 645 shadow.
It's true. It doesn't grow anymore.
Nope, that's it.
It's permanent.
But I get hair bumps. I put the mask on, I get hair bumps. I don't like the hair bumps, man. It makes me look. I'm a pretty good looking guy.
Can we sue Dr. Fauci for hair bumps?
No, but we can probably sue. We can probably sue the whole entire federal government.
I think it feasibly is possible.
I think so because you know what? I've been watching this impeachment crap. You know what? I think my daughter can be a better attorney for Donald Trump than the attorneys that he have right now.
You think so?
I still, you know, the lawyer that he had the first day sounds like a white Johnny Cochran. You know,
hey, Johnny was powerful. That was my frat brother.
Yeah, but Johnny told the whole entire story.
Right.
Just to get to the point that was 3 seconds.
Right. But that's what made him special, though. Yeah. That's why Johnny was powerful.
And this guy is trying to do the same thing. Like, you know, when I was a kid, I used to watch C-SPAN with my grandfather. And he was standing at the door looking at a cat drink milk out a bowl.
Did you just say a cat in a bowl?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just quoting what he said.
That is a quote, because he did say that.
Yes, that's what he said. If he didn't say it, it was something like it. You know, don't quote me on that, but it was something like it. But I was just like, dude, come on, man.
Now, you know what I listen to? Do you understand? Like, I take time to listen to every news outlet. I really want to know, right? So I'm sitting and watching CNN, and do you understand that Don Lemon and our good friend Anderson Coop, you know?
I don't like Don Lemonade.
I call him Dr. Don because he is Dr. Fauci's boy.
Don Lemon is like the batch of lemonade
that
with
you don't
too
want to
much
drink.
sugar.
Yes, no, not even too much.
No, he got
not
a lot
enough.
of sugar in his tank. He got a lot of sugar. He got too much sugar. He's the type that when you
Did you say he has a lot of sugar?
Yeah, he looks like he got a lot of suger in his tank. You know,
Splendid.
Yeah, not even. He said Splendid. He got Splendid. He got Sweet and Low.
He is the one in the room that he's
you know how
God
when you
bless
mix
him,
Sweet and Low and raw sugar and it just tastes like
it's
overwhelmingly disgusting.
Yeah, God
That's
bless
Don Lemon right there.
But go ahead, let's get back at Don.
But you know when you let a kid make lemonade. Right. And that's their first and last time to make lemonade. That's Don Lemon right there. You can stir it and it still got sugar at the bottom. You got to heat it up for the sugar to melt, but then when you pour it out, it look like syrup.
Hey.
You know they changed the name to Ain't Your Mama?
Yes, to, what is it,
Pearl something?
Pearl Mill.
I don't even want to eat pancakes or waffles anymore.
I'm telling you, you want to laugh?
I had an Aunt Pearl, and she used to leave wet, slobbery kisses on your face.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me back in the sound room? Okay. Listen, everybody who's here, we need you to make sure you turn your radio up. You listen to Joe Collins, to Robert Foster, and you are now about to get engaged into our life. You're going to understand what it means to really be effective. Listen.
I never liked my Aunt Pearl.
Ever. You didn't like your Aunt Pearl?
No, I didn't. She used to make cornbread, and it was not sweet.
When
and
they
she
told me
she used Jiffy. How does Jiffy not be sweet?
Easy. I can tell you how. Ladies and gentlemen.
Explain, because
I love to cook. I'm not
Rob's
gonna
a
lie.
rocket scientist. Explain that.
I love to cook, number
You
one.
can mess up
Okay.
Jiffy cornbread.
No, you know what it is? If you don't add enough butter to Jiffy cornbread, it's not going to be sweet. It will be extremely. Oh, Wayman's trying to copy. He's writing it down. I'm not telling him. Because I saw it in his eyes. She was like, yo, he's about to tell the secrets.
So you don't add seasoned salt?
Right.
No, you don't add seasoned salt to Jiffy.
No, don't do that. No,
Her cake wasn't
but,
sweet either.
But let me tell you the most amazing thing. The most amazing thing that I saw is that when they were going to change the name of Aunt Jemima to something else,
Miss Pearl, something.
I'm not going to disrespect Aunt Jemima. She earned that. I literally have ordered 20. Gina, I need you to call in tonight. Jasmine and Jewel, I need you to call in tonight. I literally ordered, you know Cracker Barrel, right? I ordered Cracker Barrel online because it was completely out of they didn't have anymore. Okay. I ordered Cracker Barrel and the syrup so I would not have to buy the new Aunt Jemima because of the disrespect that they gave to Aunt Jemima.
Yo, why is the left trying to make everything about racism? Did you know they said Tom Brady ruined Black History Month because he won a Super Bowl?
Hey, did anybody else hear that? I heard it earlier. Wayman, did you hear it?
Tom Brady single-handedly ruined Black History Month because he won a Super Bowl. So forget the fact that he's like one of the best quarterbacks 20 years running.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
He is the GOAT. Do not call Tom Brady by his name. Call him the GOAT. When you see him in person, call him the GOAT.
No.
He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Can you show me a better quarterback?
No, but I can tell you why he's not the best quarterback.
Tell me why.
Back in the days of Bart Starr,
this man went back.
They had leather helmets.
True.
Tom Brady wouldn't have made it with a leather helmet. You had Bart Starr, you had Dick Butkus. Even when we come
I went to school with Dick Butkus' son.
And we had, Bill Romanowski,
Yeah.
Mike Allstott,
right.
John Lynch,
yes,
Charles Woodson. They'll knock your face off.
No, Charles Woodson is not that old.
No, I'm talking about in the days when he played football in the 90s, the 90s, the 80s.
He was a monster.
I mean, we can look at Marshall Faulk.
True. But let me
Lawrence Taylor.
Can I explain to you why Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time?
Because he waited till 2002 to get into the league instead of going in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s when they was killing people?
Bang. And do you understand that even with that, it's a whole different era. But he has 7 Super Bowls.
Well, they don't let you hit the quarterback, so of course he has 7 Super Bowl rings. Look at Steve Young.
Yes.
Steve Young was a scrambling
He
quarterback.
Was, true.
And that dude was getting smashed.
But I'll repeat it again. 7. He went from a team that is a noted Super Bowl champion, went to a team that did not make the playoffs, and turned and said, I'm going follow. He did like this. Let's part the Red Sea. Follow me.
But you know what?
I am your Moses. Unbelievable. Tom Brady. 31-9.
I think you're missing the point here.
Jesus Christ.
Tom Brady.
Jesus is Lord.
As good as Tom Brady is, he wouldn't make it in the early 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s,
Joe Collins,
or the 40s.
You are 35 years old. You saw like 4 games in the 90s.
Yeah, but I watched ESPN Classics.
Okay, that's the difference.
There we go.
Sir, do you understand, though? The players of today could not play during that time.
No, they could. They too soft.
Not even in tennis.
Soft.
Not even in tennis.
SOF capital T. Soft.
Do you know the tennis players used to play with rackets that had very thin strings? Today, the tennis players could not play in the former times. It's true.
Serena wouldn't be able to play good. She'd be smacking that ball.
No, they would have disqualified Serena. She
would have broke all the tennis rackets.
Can anyone call in today? The number is
1-800-222-5222.
Again, 1-800-222-5222.
And let me tell you this real quick. Don't let this conversation distract you from the main topic.
What's the topic?
I still don't like Steve Frank. Period.
Oh man. But you know what's funny? I took time to finally Google this gentleman. I wanted to Google him to see what he was about. I wanted to see his background. I studied him. And when I went to his page, I wanted to see how he would effectively impact. I mean, I really went deep. I wanted to see how he effectively would impact the state of California.
You don't got to go deep to go look at
Can
Steve
I tell you
Frank.
something, Joe?
He's very dense.
Can I tell you something? He did exactly what every elder statesman does. He said what he has done, not what he will do. And in the state of California,
it ain't nothing.
We don't have time to sit and wait on you to talk about what you have done.
You know,
Jessica Patterson's going to win again, man.
Even if,
and she's great for she won 5. You win 5 seats in the state.
But that's just for Congress. We're not talking about the assembly, the city council, water board, the local elections, and things like that. That's federal.
Joe Collins, do you understand? She won seats at a level where we can make change. And now this man steps out and says, no, she's not doing enough. I'm going to put together things in the local community. And I'm like, sir, I have a question. All of his friends that said, we're going to get back to this after break. Because I think we have to go to break right now. I can see it. Break is coming.
No, I'm going to call a break.
You going to call it?
We're not at break yet.
No?
We still got 15,
I can hear the music.
We got 15 seconds left.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to tell you this. We about to go on break and we about to come back and we're going to talk about Steve Frank. Take us in the break.
We love it. Hey, call us. Stay on. I love you too, Rick. We're ready. Get ready, Rick and Billy.
This is congressional candidate Joe Collins and Robert Foster. No, the new Black Republican Show.
All right. So we had a great set of commercials the last time.
Yes,
and that just made me think about this. We're going to go to the phone lines or we can get back on Steve Frank or whatever after that. But
before we go to the phone lines, though, we had, come on, man. Then we had circle back. Mm-hmm. You know what it is this week, right?
What? Let's do a sign that petition. Sign that executive order.
Yes. Everyone who calls in, I need you to make sure before you start saying anything, sign that executive order.
Yeah.
That is our phone call today.
So the commercial, right? The commercial were great. That reminds me of this one time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard this, and, feel free to roast me all day. Postmates has one of the best commercials in the entire world. They have a Postmates commercial, and it goes something about
pad thai.
Yeah, don't call your pad thai specialist. Whenever your pad thai is pad thai and can't pad thai, be sure to pad thai. Postmates. I remember calling my sister. I was like, "Yo," I said, "What is this new? What is pad thai? Is that like something that these for senior citizens?" She was like, "Nah, fool, that's a meal." I'm like, "A pad thai is not a meal; it's a dish."
Hey,
she's like, "Nah." I was like, "But I was watching a commercial on YouTube, and it had a lot of senior citizens. They was walking through the forest and riding bicycles and hiking. Like their life is great." Kind of like the Valtrex commercial, making it seem like Joe, Valtrex is great.
You have eaten it before. When we were on trips, you've had it before.
Exactly. And I was like, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was
miso. Hey, wait. He didn't know what he was eating, though.
I thought it was miso soup. It's pad thai. When they call your pad thai special, I'm like, no, they got a whole specialist for this. It's got to be serious. Like, let me know what pad thai is.
Me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's so funny about being able to come in at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday? We enjoy the most being able to deal with everybody who's listening.
That's true.
If you are listening, Joe, we got a lot of callers today already.
Let's go with Rick from Lake Balboa. What's up, Rick?
Hey guys, hey Joe, go ahead and sign another executive order, okay?
That's it, Rick.
Sign executive order, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, and he looks around and goes, "Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, you signed it, Joe. Well, what's in it?
Exactly. Did you hear when he was like, I don't know what this is?
No, he literally said,
I don't know what this is.
No, he said, I don't know what I'm signing.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris said, sign it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Sad state.
He did say he was fighting for the soul of America, so who knows what's in that stuff.
What can we say? Rick, tell us what's going on, big guy.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know that Tom Brady argument was very tempting to get into. I can either go that direction or I can go the dog and pony show for the second impeachment thing.
Whatever you feel.
Your call.
Let's do dog and pony show. Dog and pony show.
Yeah. You listen. When this came down, when this thing happened, we'll call it the insurrection, if you will, at the White House. I knew. I said, "Uh-oh, you have just given the Democrats and the left-wing media more fodder for the next, at least 4 years, if not longer, than they're going to know what to do with. Because anytime you go violent, no matter what your argument is, no matter how justified it is, you sabotage your movement. You lose it, okay? And you guys know this, being black, because detractors, Trump haters, etc., they're going to say, see how quote unquote they are.
Hold on, Rick. Let me tell you
You
something.
know what happened? You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened.
Wait. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah,
at all.
that's what's coming down.
Hold on,
You
let me-
know that.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
why. Because you made a reference to me and Rob being black,
Yes.
right? People mistake us for
Well,
Black Lives Matter all the time. They expect us to be violent, man.
Oh.
Hey,
They expect us to be
Rick,
like,
he
they
was
must be
joking
Black
with you, man.
They must be
Rick.
Black Lives Matter. They
Hey.
got to be violent.
You know what's so funny, Rick? It's
Yes.
so saddening at times for us because immediately when we say something, people take it as though we're being aggressive.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Really?
And the aggressive
Wow.
nature. If you say,
Because
hey,
they don't know us, though. You know us. They don't know us.
have you ever Joe? Let's ask Rick a question.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, have you ever had someone tell you, "Hey, buddy, calm down" because you said hello?
Possibly. I don't know if it's been that extreme, but something where I didn't think it was very, debatable or
Right.
excitable or offensive, and they said, like, "Wow, their skin," and you
Yeah.
kind of go, "What?" Yeah, but I just meant the stereotype. That's all. Is that
We,
when
you know,
something
we
like
love
that
you.
happens,
You can talk like that.
Yeah.
Shoot, as black conservatives,
Okay.
we take it both ways.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Trump supporter, violent. You're Black Lives Matter, violent. We don't get no pass,
Yeah,
man.
we take a lot
Well,
of heat.
anyway, and the point I wanted to go on with, so they've got a lot of they got fodder for the next 4 years,
Oh, yeah.
and it's so sad because this is a way I kind of lost my train of thought here. That it's a dog and pony show in Congress now with the second impeachment thing.
Yes,
And
ridiculous.
and on ABC they were giving Adam Schiff all kinds of airtime, and I'm sitting there going, Adam Schiff? You mean the guy that had all that information and
Lied.
evidence on the collusion trial? That Adam Schiff. Now all of a sudden he's legitimate.
Yeah.
It is such an absolute charade and another circus. This 2-hour documentary. Here's my point. Look, what occurred was obnoxious. It was terrible. It was disgusting. It was disheartening. That incident at the White House. I will grant you that. But it was about 6 hours, and it was over. Done.
Yep.
Okay? It wasn't $3 billion worth of property damage,
Exactly.
30 lives lost, 150 police officers or more injured, and thousands of businesses destroyed, some personally.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. You follow me?
Yep.
So let's get a little perspective here. It was awful. It was terrible. But, man, you just gave the left and Democrats fodder to just beat this to death 24/7 into the American psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It sounds like you're talking about that a year of Black Lives Matter and Antifa destruction that we've been through. Thanks for calling, man. Let's go to the next phone. Let's go
Sure,
to the
man.
next phone.
You
Hey,
got
Billy,
it. Thanks, Rick. Take
Billy,
care.
what's up, man? Billy from East LA.
Hey, fellas.
How you
Good to
doing?
Hey,
Get a
Billy,
chance
how
to
are
talk to you. Listen, I think you're right, Mr. Collins, about Tom Brady. He wouldn't have survived in the 80s and 90s. He wouldn't have
told
had a
you.
20-year run, the way
Billy,
the NFL was
Billy,
set up back
listen.
then. Yep.
Billy,
That's
this is
true.
Robert. I just have a question for you. Since you said that he couldn't survive in the 80s and 90s, did you play high school football or Pop Warner?
Yes, sir.
You did? Where
Defensive back.
where did you play at?
Uh-oh.
Southgate High School.
Southgate.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We'll forgive you on live on air. We'll forgive you because Southgate. Did you guys win any games? I mean, let's.
Well, I mean, my 3 years,
Yes.
we were well over 500.
Okay, 500. So collectively, you guys were like probably 20 and 21. I understand. So
No, he said 500, 20 and 20.
he said well above 500. Southgate. That's right. Southgate played. You guys
Southgate,
played
yeah.
They played 1A football. They played against people who.
No, I think it's 3. I think it was 3A.
No. They weren't 3A. Billy, but the question is this, buddy.
Don't mind him. He don't mind him.
Hey, I have to mess with
Well,
you. Billy.
let's get back to Tom Brady.
Right. So you said that Tom probably wouldn't have survived. I can tell you this much. Tom Brady, you realize that the offensive lines of the 80s and 90s, they were a lot more physical also, correct?
Sure.
Okay. So then we can say, clearly stated, that he would have better offensive linemen, quote unquote, than today.
No.
So the goal.
That depends on the organization if they're willing to invest the money to protect the guy.
I can tell you're a businessman by the way you spoke. I love that. So with proper, I could tell right away by the way you spoke it. So then if there's an endeavor, we're going to talk business terms in football. If there's an endeavor that must be able to come together, we have a narrative of a portfolio of an athlete that today would be able to survive in any type of crisis.
Lies.
Do you agree?
No.
Well, he can't run the ball, so I mean, he's not gonna be able to scramble out of trouble.
Exactly.
He can't evade. He only just throws extremely well, spiral touchdowns to individuals that catch the ball. Correct?
Sure.
So what you're saying is that he can get it done at any place or any time. Correct?
That's not what he said.
I have a question for you, Billy. Have you ever played with Tom Brady on Tecmo Bowl?
If we were in court, I'd be like, he's leading the witness, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
Did you ever play? Because I mean,
Objection, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
I can tell he's about my age. Okay, Joe Collins. Billy, did you ever play Nintendo?
I go back to maybe Atari 2600.
Okay, so you played with the one stick with the two players, the one-on-one basketball games. All right,
exactly.
So
Stickman.
you know when you played the football game Tecmo Bowl. Remember that?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sure.
Objection, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
So right there, you're letting me know if you had a Tom Brady on one of your teams, you know what the score of the game would be? It would be what you call computer glitch. You may win 80-0.
That's a lie because the best person on Tecmo Bowl
was Bo Jackson.
Exactly. Who was he? Running back, not a quarterback.
But do you understand? If you had Tom Brady on any team, you win Super Bowls. He's been to 10 Super Bowls.
Hey, Billy, you coming out to the recall effort we having this Saturday?
Absolutely,
That's
City
what I'm
Hall. I'll
talking
be there.
about. No. We changed it from City Hall. It's going to be at Santa Monica Pier.
Oh my goodness! I'm glad I called because I was going to City Hall from 11 to 2.
Yep,
Thank God you didn't show up.
At Santa Monica from 3 to 5. We had to change it up because a lot of volunteers have families and everything, and they couldn't make it out there. So we changed it to make it.
Make sure you make the announcement right now. Let's at the.
Yep. So we're going to be at City Hall Saturday. I mean, not City Hall. We're going to be at Santa Monica Pier Saturday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come out and sign our recall. This is another stop on our recall road trip. We just left San Diego, and we're going to Santa Monica, then we're going to Ventura, then we're going to Bakersfield, then we're heading up to Northern California.
Wow. Okay, so it's Santa Monica at 3 on Saturday. Okay,
Yep,
change
Santa
of plans. That's okay.
Yes,
Yep.
it's better weather near the beach for a
Yeah,
Sunday.
I'll go for a run. Hey, I'll let you fellas go. I love the show, but one more thing on Tom Brady. Let's not forget Robert Horry. He's got 7 rings too.
Okay, there we go.
Here you go, Billy. Hey, Billy,
All right.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't play against you. You were defensive back.
Let's go to Bill from South Bay.
All right, bye-bye.
Never mind. We got to go to break. Sorry about that. We coming back to Billy. We're going to come back to you. Let's go to break. Your Honor, he's badgering the witness, Your Honor. He's badgering the witness.
And he just incriminated himself. Hey, Billy, we love you. We see you when you get back.
This is the new Black Republican Show. Now, congressional candidate Joe Collins and Robert Foster.
All right. Let's go to Billy from South Bay. Billy, what's happening, man?
Gentlemen, I'm going to give you the name of an athlete who won the most championship rings of any athlete in history.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and by the way, it just goes to show you that if you ask younger people, they were born yesterday. You see. Okay. See, Bill.
Did you hear what
Russell.
he said?
Bill
Yes.
Russell.
Okay.
Hey, who's Bill Russell?
11 championships.
Yeah, right. Who was Don Drysdale? Yeah, let's see. Keep going. Who was Bob Gibson? Oh, you don't know who Bob Gibson... See, there's another thing. I remember Bob Gibson passed away this year. He and Al Kaline and Gale Sayers were among the best athletes who ever played the game.
Yes,
Gale
it's true.
Sayers was
Gale
solid.
Sayers was a Christian, and he wrote a book called I Am Third. Read it 50 years ago, okay? He said, the Lord is first, my friends are second, and I am third. The athletes of that generation, Jim Brown, all of those guys, were better educated than a lot of the athletes of today because they had common sense. And when they spoke with some intelligence, and there was a thoughtfulness, even when they were political. The problem in this generation is, and Muhammad Ali was another example, there is a lack of eloquence. You've got a whole generation of individuals. They only know the late 21st century, the late 20th century, and the 21st century.
Right.
Case in point, Mary Wilson just died. Say who's Mary Wilson?
Oh, you know what, Bill? Bill,
they don't know.
I don't mean to cut you off, sir.
Well, don't cut him off then.
No. You have to give respect to a connoisseur. Yes.
Yeah.
You are a true connoisseur. For you to say
Well,
Mary Wilson, I was just talking about her last night.
I met her.
Amazing.
She was great. You guys
Yes.
would have liked her. She had class. We talked about this.
Absolutely.
She felt that there was a loss of manners in this culture.
That's for certain.
And the tragedy is that Cicely Tyson, another individual, James Garner, that generation is being forgotten by this one, and everything has become politicized. And here's the solution. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and get rid of faith and get rid of boundaries. Sorry, hippies, you were wrong for promoting this idea that it's okay to have no boundaries because this is how societies collapse like the Roman Empire.
Exactly.
What you do is you look at the problems and you say, okay, what's the solution? We did make progress, but what you don't do is you don't create student debt unlike the past. You don't get rid of out of the schools, and actor Richard Dreyfuss, who's no conservative, he's right about this. You don't take out civics and cursive writing and work, and all these home economics and shop classes and all these courses that help to give people skills. You don't let homelessness get out of hand, so we now have encampments. You don't outsource jobs. Thank you, the North American Free Trade Agreement, right? There you go, Mr. Clinton and others.
Yep.
So and then you don't let tech giants, gentlemen, get a monopoly, whereas Robert Kennedy and Theodore Roosevelt and others in the past would have gone after these people with the antitrust laws.
Right.
So what's happening is, what we're doing is we're creating a completely emotional-driven society where there's no intelligent discourse and there's no thoughtfulness to anything like we used to have. And how can you possibly solve problems if people don't have a sense of where we've been, and even the good things, and keep those in place? I'm just telling you, that's how. Am I making sense here?
No, you're making a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Great
And
points.
I feel like what the real minority is? The real minority are people today that have common sense. It's not about race. It's about complete lack of common sense. And I can see it where this society's going. I'm thinking this is going just like civilizations that have failed and collapsed, not from without, but from within. But getting back to Mary Wilson, she was a class act.
Absolutely. Great woman.
Great woman, and she, and it's like, I'll show you how bad it is. If you put the records that she did with the Supremes and some of her solo stuff next to people who like gangster rap and heavy metal, I call heavy metal light steel, and I call gangster crap. I put a C in front of it, and I call it, what? They wouldn't appreciate it.
No.
So I'm saying to myself, okay, you guys are going to diss something, and yet the roots of that music come from gospel and rhythm and blues and big band swing and jazz and country and western. And Elvis Presley was right about that when he said in 1968, when he did his TV special, that it comes from gospel, rhythm and blues. So it's like, if we're going to filter this out, and we're not going to have a sense of history and have any appreciation for all of the great music that was done back then, then this is becoming nothing but a mediocre garbage society. It's terrible, man.
That's what it seems like it is anyway, to be honest with you.
You know why, Bill? I want to give you. I want to give you a clap, and because the things that you're saying, sir, it is, and it is written. And listen to this, please. It is, certain things are written in a certain style of book that permits you to understand what is going on today. But I will tell you, Bill, this: it is faith that moves a mountain. Faith supersedes fear. So right now, as we are in a position that we are in, we're unequivocally in a downward spiral in thought process in many areas. People are.
Oh, yeah.
So now the thing that we do, we turn back the needle, and instead of complaining, we should be praying. Do you understand what I'm saying there?
Yes.
All right.
As the saying goes, life is fragile, handled with prayer, and I agree with that. And there are some good ministers out there, like Dr. David Jeremiah and Tony Evans and others who talk about this stuff, and Greg Laurie, and they address all of this stuff. The way technology has the downside is that it's taken our focus away from giving our attention span and engaging in meaningful conversation like we used to have.
Yes, that's
true. Tony Evans would say, and we're so obsessed with it, like, oh my God, I lost my cell phone, I'm freaking out, there goes my life. And he says, why didn't you keep a little phone directory like people used to have? Why didn't you put things on paper? You see, so it's a complete lack of common sense, and the people start flipping out, and instead of remaining calm and patient, They let their emotions control them instead of controlling their emotions.
Agreed.
And I'll leave you on a final note. If you go back and watch the television shows that used to be on, from Walker, Texas Ranger to, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, talk about politically incorrect, right? The Dean Martin Rose, Sanford and Son, and, all these great shows, The Fugitive, all those shows going back to, The Honeymooners. There was 227. Those shows, so many of those shows had great, plots in there, the great morals. They broke down racial barriers, which nobody brings out anymore. Do you notice when in this current thing, nobody talks about all the TV shows and the movies where there were non-stereotypical roles for all types of actors, and they don't even know the names of the actors from that era.
That's true.
That's sad.
I can kind of tell you why.
Why?
Like when all that stuff happened with Bill Cosby, people just wanted to blacklist all the older actors. You know what I'm saying? The shows that actually had some type of value to it. And I'm not saying that, Bill Cosby is innocent or guilty. I honestly don't care. But that show, The Cosby Show, was actually one of the good shows. And 227. One of the best shows.
There was a lot of good television shows in the heat of the night. There was Walker, Texas Ranger. There was. You can go back and there were shows. I Spy was a good show with Cosby and Robert Culp.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of shows. The Mod Squad. There was Room 222. A great show about at that time, and you had 4 actors that are in the lead. Okay, you had Karen Ballantyne and Michael Constantine, who were Caucasian. But who did you have? You had Lloyd Haynes, a very accomplished actor, and Denise Nicholas. But again, I want to say to this generation, why do you deny that this didn't happen? It's like there was, and you can look at Star Trek, you can look at Ironside, you can look at so many shows. Car 54, Where Are You? Had 3 great actors on there who happened to be black. But it's like, you want to deny that this didn't happen, and I'll leave in this final note. But who's at fault for this? The adults that are the adults out there. You're talking about Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer and others. Think about this, gentlemen. Maxine Waters is a pre-baby boomer.
Right.
So is Senator Feinstein. So is Biden. All of them. They grew up in that era. Why is it that they pretend that didn't happen, and yet they're old enough to know better? Patrick Leahy. I mean, this is promoting a lie and saying that there was never any progress, and that's what makes people cynical and jaded. They start to think, well, if there was no progress, everybody was always crooked and everybody was always bigoted, and that's just not true.
Yeah, that's true. The crazy part about it is I watch these people online 24/7. I look at the news. They actually still act as if they live in a time where they were our age, 30s and 20s. And it's not that time anymore. And they push the racist narrative. I don't care if they're black, white, Latina, Jew, any of that stuff. They still push the same racist narrative as if it still applies today. And it's like, no, that doesn't apply. We don't have to walk into the back of a restaurant, and interracial relationships are actually common right now. So all these laws and legislation that they're pushing, this rhetoric that they're pushing, it's like it's so played out. It's not even common anymore.
You know what's bad with this is after the 60s, there was an understanding among people that we had made progress, and so there was some tension there, but it was less and less and less. And it's only in the last decade or so that it got fomented again. This constant, because the rioting, went down, except for the Rodney King or situation or that kind of that situation, and there was tension with O.J. Simpson.
We don't even know if he deserved that ass whipping or not. We don't know if
right. No, he didn't. But I'm just saying. But when there was rioting that broke out. But I noticed that during that period there was an understanding that there were things that had been done that was wrong, and people made an attempt to try to make up for that and to try to give people a fair shake and so on. And now we've got this nasty atmosphere out there. And like you were saying before about, gentlemen, you were talking about the prayer. Without the Holy Spirit, without that, like Alveda King said, without that, there is no social justice.
Right.
Yeah.
And this whole thing of anger with this complete atheistic mentality of just living on this constant anger, it's going to kill the society. That does not lead to reconciliation.
Great statement.
That's true.
And on a final note, George Wallace, changed completely. He became friends with Vivian Malone Hood. She was one of the 19 students that he blocked in 1963. Well, Wallace went through a massive change, and especially when he was governor of Alabama later on, and he hired blacks, and he struck down when the Scottsboro Nine were falsely convicted, and he really gave an interview, and he said this to John Kennedy Jr. in John Kennedy Jr.'s magazine. He said, "Mr. Kennedy, I was raised up like a lot of people to think a certain way, and so you think that that's the way it's supposed to be, and then you become wiser and you start to reflect." And there came a point where I said, segregation is wrong. We shouldn't discriminate against our fellow human beings, and I say good riddance to it. But he became a Christian, and he and Vivian Malone Hood became great friends, and they talked about this stuff.
That's so. But I hate to cut you off. We got
no. You got to go.
We got to go to break. Yeah. Thanks for calling in.
Only fair.
Excellent conversation. Take us on break.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back. We're about to get on some people who I don't like. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes on each of them, and then we're gonna tell them what the problem is.
This is the new Black Republican Show. Get on the air now at 800-222-5222. Now, congressional candidate Joe Collins and Robert Foster.
All right, everybody. I'm about to give these people 2 minutes of fame. All right.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. We're gonna start off with Steve Frank. Go ahead. Get him. Go quick. I'm gonna say get him every time you say something.
Steve Frank, I would like anybody, I dare anyone that is a Steve Frank fan or supporter of Steve Frank to call in right now.
Because we're going to trash you.
And I really want to see if you can give us, I need to see if this gentleman has 2 points for major city outreach.
No, he don't. Not even inner city outreach.
I'm not even going to say inner. Major city. Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco. We are the second biggest city in the country. And Steve Frank does not come into the city at all.
Steve Frank don't even go into not the city.
No. Steve Frank, there's one thing for Steve Frank to say that he has a platform. But his platform, I've checked all of his bullet points. He's not saying that he is going to do anything to make sure that the cities are now back included in race.
Because he's not going to do that.
True
Steve Frank's
story.
a racist. How are we going to make sure that every other race is included? Steve Frank going to take us back to the Joe Biden days. I think Steve Frank is a Joe Biden guy. I think that's why he's trying to run against Jessica. Jessica's a winner.
Yes.
Steve's a loser. How is it that you can be a part of the party for 47 years but still not even have a high Republican voter rate within the party in the years that you've been? You know who that reminds me of?
Who?
Johnny Morgan. Same thing. You've been a part of the party for 40 years. And you still ain't did nothing, but here you are still trying to hold positions.
But you know what though, Joe? Let me say something.
We gotta talk fast because I'm giving everybody
2 minutes. I got less than 30 seconds on this guy. The thing that I really noticed is that as soon as we had success, here comes somebody trying to trash the success. He said that he was a certain type of supporter. Well, he's convinced all the elder statesmen in this party, quote unquote, that he's the way for the party to become the leader for the party to become what it was.
They're all trash.
The reason that the party became what it is today, being third in the state of California, is because people believed what he was saying.
Trash.
You know what? Jessica Patterson, you have our full support for your winning. Thank you very much for all the effort that you have.
It ain't even just the winning.
It's just ridiculous.
It's just the whole leadership aspect.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she hears us out when we have moans and complaints
Absolutely.
and problems. She takes it on board. She don't trash people. She don't badmouth other Republicans and stuff like that. But yet you got this guy. He got a whole trash website where he trashed people on a regular basis. But you know one thing he never took into account?
What?
His whole outfit is trash, and he still got dandruff on his shoulders.
Did you say dandruff on the shoulders?
Dandruff on the shoulders.
Foul.
Let me tell you what made me upset. I put my resignation in for the California Republican Assembly and the South LA Inglewood Republican Assembly. Johnny Morgan got mad. I nominated you for president.
And I want to say this loud. You know what? I really appreciated you did that.
Yeah, I know. Because you know what?
I appreciated it.
What we have that he doesn't have is success and growth.
Right.
Our district, 43rd Congressional District, got 37,000 Republicans. We got over 80,000 votes. He's been a part of the party over 40 years and has never even gotten close to that. No outreach, no nothing, no this, no that, no money. No, he got money, but he blew the money. You know what I'm saying? But I put my resignation letter in. Lady Cage, and she's awesome. She came to a lot of our events.
Yes, she did.
Says, didn't this help? Didn't this help? I want to tell her, like, listen, nothing that y'all did helped me. Nobody from the CRA donated. Nobody from Solera donated. They didn't come out and volunteer. They didn't come out and help us knock on doors. They didn't come out and help us do nothing. Lady Cage and Davina are the only people from those organizations that came out.
That you know the thing that I was watching.
Johnny came out whenever we start getting pop. Oh, you on Fox News? Let me show up to the thing with my white hat on. Miss me with all of that stuff. The most disrespectful part about that, I'm on a tangent right now. The most disrespectful part about that thing is that he want to call me and ask me to help him get other candidates money, get other candidates get them clout, get them radio time, get them airtime, get them advertising out of my own pocket. But I say, what's the candidate's number? Well, just give me the information I'm related to him. No. Because you don't have any record in winning. If I'm going to help somebody win, I'm going to help somebody win because we know how to win. He don't know how to win. If he know how to win, then we have more Republicans in California, but we don't.
Do you know what one thing that really bothered me? And I really want someone to tell this to Steve Frank. He has said that he will get more Republicans to run in seats. That is an absolute lie.
No, he's gonna copy off the Democrats. Get the ballots from the grave from people who've already died and send them out, sign them, and get them in. That's the only way. Ain't nobody gonna listen to Steve Frank.
I can tell you why.
Steve Frank got pedophile glasses.
Did you say he
got pedophile glasses? Who gonna listen to a white guy with pedophile glasses who snorts when he laughs? Nobody. He got dandruff right here. No, he looks creepy. I wonder what. I bet he drive a Prius also.
No,
like knock it off.
I can tell you something. You know what it is, Joe.
He got the serial killer van. Nobody's messing with Steve Frank. I'm not even messing with Steve Frank. My bad. Go ahead.
Listen, brother. The thing that I'm trying to wow. The thing that is amazing is this. He said that he's going to get more people to run. Well, I have a question. Didn't we just have elections? So as a non-leader, quote unquote, in the position of being in leadership as the chairman of the California GOP, why didn't you do the same thing and say, hey, you know what? Let me put together a movement to help bring other candidates so that we won't have slots that are open.
I got an answer for you.
Please bring it.
Trash. Next person, Omar Navarro. Let me tell you something. Omar Navarro been trying to trash me ever since I came into this race. He worked with Maxine Waters to trash me. And mind you, he quote unquote is a Republican. Mind you, he already got put out the party. Already said he's going to run.
You need to slow down. You need to slow down so they understand what you're saying.
We don't got that much time.
Bring it back fast then.
Omar Navarro tried to trash me ever since I've been running for this seat. He said I was a fake Republican. How do you like getting beat by a fake Republican, buddy? You know what I'm saying? He can't even come to the inner city. Nobody likes him in there. And the crazy part about it is Omar Navarro has a mental issue. And because I've spoken to this dude. My first interaction with Omar Navarro was when I was a presidential candidate. Yes, I was. And he was like, I can't help you because of all these excuses. Mind you, he thought he was the poo because he raised a lot of money. But he never had any shot in beating Maxine. He only got 30,000 votes. As a first-time no-name candidate, I got 80,000 votes. Right. Maxine Slaughter. Maxine would never say his name. She would never come out and campaign against this dude because everybody know he was a joke. Mind you, he got arrested, right? He got arrested because he was stalking his own wife. Mind you, he's still married. The divorce never went through. I looked on Pacer. The divorce never went through. He's still married.
Oh, wow.
Got caught cheating on his girlfriend with his wife. Put a tracking device on his wife's car, filed for bankruptcy twice. Mind you, he's supposed to be some type of small business owner. He said he got a degree from ITT Tech. I prove him that was a lie.
Wait a minute. He said he got a degree from ITT?
He has a degree in criminal justice.
What?
Let me tell you how dumb you are. If you got a degree in criminal justice, right? You know, let's just throw some common sense. You got a degree in criminal justice. But you got arrested stalking your ex-girlfriend who dumped you because she found out you were still married.
Can I jump in there for a second, Joe?
Hold on.
Go harder than if you're gonna go.
All right, he got arrested.
Wait a minute, he's going hard.
He got caught doing some illicit things in front of his ex-girlfriend's apartment in Sacramento after LA GOP endorsed me in his last election, and they put him out. He got arrested. He said, they set me up. Like, buddy, you got 12 charges. You got 4 felonies, and the rest of them was misdemeanors.
Wow.
Stalking your girlfriend. You gave everybody her address, said you was going to get Antifa to go after her. Mind you, I filed the FBI report against him as well because he said he was going to take out somebody. He was going to have somebody taken out that worked for President Trump. Like, what type of Republican does that? And I posted a video.
The question is this. Omar Navarro, is he still Republican?
Omar Navarro is not a Republican. He's a psychotic mental patient. That's what he is. Wow. And I told this to Jesse. I told this to Jesse Peterson. Now, he asked me, what about Omar Navarro?
I
said,
Jesse
that boy
Lee.
got daddy issues. I said, he need a serious male figure in his life.
Jesse Lee is amazing.
Let me tell you how powerful social media is. Social media is so powerful that it allows cowards to get on social media and talk trash about you, but when you see them in their face, they not with the business.
True.
Because I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I went to his house. And I rung his doorbell, knocked on his door. He didn't answer the door. I wasn't going to fight him.
Right.
But I want to talk to him face to face since he runs every time I see him.
You know what the main thing is that right now we have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of people out there that are running for positions that don't have the thought process to win. And if you don't have a thought process to win, why are you running for a position? Are you really being a Californian Republican is not like being a Republican in any other state in the country. So you have to really jump in to be a winner.
Google Omar Navarro. That'll tell you everything. Like, you know what, Kurt? Tell him what the problem is, man.
The problem is, I drive everywhere in Los Angeles, California, and I see so many homeless people, and I stop to talk to them, and I give them money. You got veterans that put their life on the line for this country, and they deserve better. We have people in high position like Maxine Waters, Gavin Newsom, and the mayor of Los Angeles. And these people are not doing their job. And I'll be back next week to tell you what the problem is.
Yo.
He told him what the problem is.
I'm silent right now.
Bro, did you hear how he was?
No, he was pissed off about that. He was mad.
Bruh. The brother just walked out.
He walked out.
He walked out the studio.
He leaving.
I ain't never seen it like this in my life.
I hope he don't slam the door on the way out. He pissed.
He's upset for real.
Go to my website, JoeCollinsForCongress.com. JoeCollinsForCongress.com. Make sure you donate. We're on a recall road trip. We'll be in Santa Monica.
Hey, you guys can like me also at The Real Robert Foster on Instagram.
You can find me on all social media platforms, Joe E. Collins 3. I'm silent. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the New Black Republican, where we give you local issues,
yes,
national issues,
yes,
from the perspective
of truth
of an inner city Black Republican.
It's true.
Yo, it's hard too, man. People be hating us. How you a Republican? Because I grew up Democrat. That's how.
Hey, you know what's crazy? They have tried to silence the inner city of being Republican.
Yo, you ever ask a Democrat how much money they got in their bank account?
They don't talk.
We don't got no. Oh, you must be a Democrat with your broke self.
Hey, Herman Kane. Shouts out to the Kane family.
Yo, Buddy was like, yo, meet me at the bank, though.
Meet me at the bank.
Well, I can't get nothing but a social media account in my name.
Hey,
we'll see y'all next
God bless
week,
you,
man.
everybody who's listening. See you next week. Get them, Joe.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be back next week. Same black time, same black place with the new Black Republicans.
God bless you.